right, I just hit the 100 pull-ups, and I feel myself really strong. Anyway, today I'm gonna tell you about one skill that I think is one of most important skills for to become successful, not only musician, just in life. Because if you look on the people and you see that some people have everything, they burn in comfort, they have money, they have rich parents, and they still somehow manage to waste their lives. And some people, they burn with nothing. They start from nothing and somehow they reach incredible heights. And that skill is gonna help you to do this. My name is Pavel Sax. I play saxophone. I'm music producer. Currently, I'm on cruise ship working in orchestra, and I'm coach. I'm teaching people how to achieve their dreams, how to become unstoppable, how to develop your confidence, how to define your passion, how to define your purpose, and how do you build your discipline. When I start playing music, I wasn't ready for it. I was just acting like, okay, I have a chance, and if I will miss it, I'm not sure that I'm gonna have another one. So I get a chance and I take it. I wasn't ready. I didn't went in music school. I had zero knowledge in music, and it was tough to handle this. But somehow I figured out, and I became professional musician. And in my life, I had many situations when I used these skills. Use the skill, act before you ready. This skill helped me to survive when I was homeless for 2 weeks. And probably that was the hardest moment. And at this moment, I realized probably the more important lessons in my life. I wasn't ready. It happened unexpected. I was studying university 1 month after they just kicked me out from hostel, and I was without money in new big city. I don't have so much friends. I mean, I had some friends musicians, and I don't had money. And in this situation, I just didn't prepare for this. I didn't know what that is gonna happen. I wasn't ready, and somehow I managed to survive. Somehow. So, what exactly I was doing at this moment? So I have two choices. Or I will find the place where I'm gonna sleep, or I will sleep on street. And these situations teach me that uh, things like, oh, what's people gonna think about me is not important anymore. And your fear and your doubts, they suddenly disappear because you're like an animal and you're hunting. You will get it or you will not, or you will die. Not die, but still to sleep on street. I was in St. Petersburg. It was autumn, October. It's not warm place, believe me. You don't want to stay on street at this time. So I start talk with people, with strangers, with friends who I meet and who don't know me so much. And I come to them and I say, hey, listen, can I stay in your place for a while? Can I stay like at least one night, maybe 2 nights? Some people allow me to stay for 3 nights, someone for two, someone for one. Some people say, no, listen, I cannot, I don't have place. And it was happening every day. So I woke up, I go practice in university. I found some money, some place play on street, go on jam session, take some food, and then during this, between these things what I was doing, I was constantly looking for opportunities, constantly searching. And it wasn't like, okay, now I can rest. No, I can rest when I was in place where I can sleep and I can rest for 4 6 hours, and then I wake up and I go. That was the lesson. from life. And you have two choices. You can learn this lesson act before you're ready from your life, like I did. It's hard, believe me, it's not a good thing. Or just paying money someone, some coaches, they will give you some pain to push you from your comfort zone. And I prefer those second way now, because I learned this first one and it's not good, believe me. You don't want to be there. You don't want. And I'm constantly learning now. I'm constantly taking lessons, taking courses, constantly developing my skills, music skills, self growth, psychology, everything. And this skill, act before you're ready, skill is practical. You cannot learn about this in book. You just need start to do it. And in this video, I'm gonna share my experience, and I'm gonna share the system how you can try this in safe place, not like I did to be on street and homeless for 2 weeks, but in safe place how you can try and practice the skill, and then later on you can apply the skill to your life, to your career, and stuff like this. If you are not ready to do uncomfortable things, if you are lazy, this is video not for you, because you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to do things that you're not used to do. This is only one way to learn this skill. You're doing things that gonna be uncomfortable, maybe a little bit painful, not physically, but mentally. You're gonna be afraid, you're gonna be ashamed, or something like this. So if you're not ready for those feelings, it's not for you. And probably music is not for you either, because this is business where surviving not the talented, but people who can achieve their goals using any instruments that you have. Your talent is not enough. And believe me, some people are not talented like me. I start late and I achieve all this without talent. And some people that I was studied that was really talented and they not playing music. So if you are one of them, you talented, but you're not ready to do serious steps, it's not for you. But if you're brave enough, if you already do things that scares you, you can do it. The methods you can use to develop this skill, because this skill is practical skill. You cannot learn it just reading books. You have to practice it. Once you watch this video, you have to go and try it in your real life. Only this way you can learn it. Other things is not working. This is practical skill. So the first thing you can do, you have to define your fears. Just take a piece of paper and write down situations when you was afraid, when you was feeling this, when you feel that your heart cold or something like this. Try to remember these stories. They probably can be hidden in your childhood when you was a kid or something like this. Try to remember those stories and write them down. Write them down, at least 5 stories when you was afraid. After this, try to analyze how they are affecting your real life, because some of these stories probably still sitting in you and you acting without, like, you acting, even don't realize that you're acting because of this fear, and you may be avoiding some conflicts in your collective, or you're avoiding conversations with strangers. It's because of these stories that was hidden in your childhood. So once you define your fears, the next step, the second step you have to do, you have to face these fears. You need to find situations when these fears show up. You can track them as well. This is first step. You can write it down. The first step it's recognition of your fears, recognition of your doubts, because sometimes our fears, they are hiding behind our doubts. Oh, maybe I will look stupid about if I will do this, or what they gonna think about me. This is doubts. This is doubts, and the root of these doubts is fear. Fear to be judged, and probably something happened, something that when you was ashamed or something like this. I don't know what happened to you. I know my stories and I work with these stories. So you gotta go and dig in these stories. And once you find these doubts, you have to realize, okay, these doubts come from my fear. And this is my chance. This is my chance to change the story, change myself, and finally get my straight. Because behind each fear, you will find a reward of your straight. Every time you face your fear, you became stronger. Every time fears disappear, you open new space inside you. And this space will fill with power. And you will feel more confident and you can do crazy things. So once you define your fears and doubts, you go and listen and digging deep where these doubts come from, where these thoughts come from, why I'm avoiding this conversation, why I didn't send the message, why I deleted, why I cancel it. These small things. Oh, okay, maybe I will do it tomorrow. Why, why these thoughts came? Why you avoiding to do something today? Why you putting on tomorrow? I'm not ready. Who said this? What are you afraid of? Once you recognize this, try to find these situations and do this. Oh, maybe I'm not ready. This is perfect moment to practice these skills. Once you realize, oh, I'm not ready, do it even without being ready. You can create some situations by yourself. For example, you can go on jam session and play a song that you don't know. People gonna hate you for this probably, but like I said, you have to be, don't care. Don't care about what they're gonna think because you have your goal. You have your goal. For me, it was find a place. Now we can change this goal. It can be your uh, skill, it can be your position, social status, doesn't matter. It's your goal that you write down for you. It should be big, or if you have a purpose, even better. Forget about people, forget about what they're gonna think. You have a goal. You need to face your fear. You need to break this wall and get your straight back. That's the fear blocks and don't allow to you to get this. Once you will start acting fearlessly without fear, you became unstoppable. And people gonna tell you you're crazy. That's exactly what we need. And they gonna tell you crazy until you will become successful. And if you're afraid of this, that's good. That's mean you find another fear and you need to face it and fight it until you break this fear down. And you will get another reward. Every fear that you face give you reward. Every. It was in my life. Once you do something that you're afraid and you never did this, after you did this, you became different person. You not this shy guy anymore. You you're someone else. You grow. You are a man. You did this, and you cannot act anymore like you did before because you already have this experience. But be careful. Once you face your fear, sometimes it requires few repetition. So once you did it once, you will still have these doubts. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. So you have to be mindful about those thoughts because they're gonna try to put you down, put you back in this comfort zone where you don't have to worry about those things, when you don't have to be afraid, where you're avoiding uncomfortable situations. Another important part is the pain. Watching back my life, I understand that the most productive time for me was when I was in pain or I was in love. These two feelings that push you through everything. Once I was broke and I feel pain in my heart, I was so lonely. I was so lonely. I practice like crazy. And I work on myself like a crazy. I read books. I tried to resolve this problem because this pain was so uncomfortable and I wanted this pain stop. And this is the power of pain. You in this pain and it's push you to go through. It's give you so much energy because you don't want to be there anymore. And love is just opposite. Love just you wake up and you're living this happy life. You're in love and you're enjoying and you're just doing everything because it's so joyful because you're in love. You're in love with life, with yourself, with your partner. This is two opposite sides, but they give same amount of strength to you. That's it for now. So whatever you choose to be kind. And for this lesson, act before you're ready. And believe me, things gonna work out. Even if they don't, you will still get this experience. And experience is more important in life because we are living life. We are not living in books. And your knowledge is just a knowledge, but your experience is the thing that you can use without knowledge. So act before you're ready, post before you're ready, go for audition before you're ready. Actually, there's another story that I want to share how I start work on cruise ships. I wasn't ready. I mean, I was prepare myself. I bought a flute, I bought a clarinet, and suddenly I just passed audition. I wasn't ready. I didn't speak English. And on this job, you have to speak English. And when I came on board, there was just after COVID, and there was isolations for 10 days. And I was in my cabin watching these trainings. And my musical director called me. He was from Canada. He speak really fast English, and he was talking, and I was like, okay, I don't understand nothing, but this is one word that he will say, and I will understand what he's talking about by context of this word. And he said this word, and I realized I don't know this word. And I said, okay. And he said, okay, what? There was a question. That's how I cooked. And so I said, listen, I don't speak English very well, and can you repeat slowly, please? That's how I started. I wasn't ready for this, and yeah, was uncomfortable. I feel myself stupid every time I sit on the table with people who talk English fluently, and I was just didn't understand anything, and I was asking them questions like, what do you mean by this? Sorry, can you explain me this word? I know that I have knowledge. My language is Russian, and I speak Russian fluently, and I have a huge vocabulary, and I can have interesting conversation on this language. But on English, I cannot. I have just a few words, and I couldn't support this conversation that I'm hearing, and because I don't understand. And I start interrupt people and asking them question. Hey, what this mean? So I was acting before I'm ready. I sit on table and I start talk English before I learn English. And here I am. I didn't took any lessons of English, and you probably noticed this by my grammar mistakes. I learned English by talking with people who native speakers here on board. So that's how is acting before you're ready is working. You can achieve your goals before you're ready. Still, you can plan your things. And I'm doing this way. I write down my goals. And then I can write down maybe some steps to these goals. Just maybe, for example, I have goals for 25 years, and I have goals for next year, and I have goal for this month. That's it. And other goals, I'm gonna be flexible because opportunities they are different, and you can be flexible. You don't have to follow this plan because it's make you stuck. And sometimes we focusing on something and we don't see that entrance is here, like a fly or bee when you're trying to quit your room and hitting the same place over and over again, but the exit is just a little bit above, and all you need to do is just step back a little bit and observe situation, and you will see the answer. Same is here. So be flexible and act before you're ready. You will see opportunities, and you will figure out. For gigs as well, it's happened with me many times. So I book a gig and I don't have a program because I don't want to learn songs that I'm not gonna play. So I learn songs like for a few days before the gig. So it trains you faster, learn songs. It trains you be flexible. Only benefits. Yes, it's stressful. It's really stressful. But again, if you practice in gym, if you having a constantly doing constantly physical exercises, your nervous system became stronger, and you can handle this stress more easy because you constantly working with your pain. You constantly feeling this stress, and so your stress threshold is higher. You can handle more stressful situations like this. So to be able to act before you're ready, you gotta be strong physically as well. You have to develop your physique straight. Do pull-ups, push-ups every day. I'm working out every day. Today I just hit 100 pull-ups every day. Today is day 19. I'm doing 100 pull-ups every day. And the hardest part is actually not the last. The hardest part is the beginning when you just start to do pull-ups, and these muscles are so hurting because you need to warm up, and you're warming up a few first sets. It's so painful, so painful. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm developing my confidence, my discipline, and my ability to handle stress by doing physical exercises. So in this video, let's summarize these things. I talk about how to act without being ready. First of all, you need to define your fears. Define your fears and try to find the connections between your doubts, your excuses that you have. Oh, I could not do this because I don't have this. This is all excuses. Every time you hear these thoughts, try to find where is this came from? What is this fear? And find this fear in your childhood. The most of stories they hide in your childhood. Write down your stories and try to face these fears. Second is a pain. Pain make you stronger, and love make you stronger. Don't be afraid of pain. Don't be afraid of love. These feelings will make you stronger. That's it for now. See you next week.